Hi guys, it's Miss Molina coming to you previously recorded from my kitchen table. Today you are going to be taking notes over pronouns. So we have talked about subject, predicate, we have talked about nouns. Now we're going to switch gears and going to pronouns. You will need Cornell notes if you are in blocks 2nd and 5th block, and you can get them from our drawer like yesterday. If you are in 1st or 3rd block, you need to get guided notes that are on my desk, and your sub should pass those out. I need you to put your name up at the top just like I did, except instead of Miss Molina, yours should say your name, and then the date, which is November 3rd, 2020. Your topic is pronoun notes, and your essential question is, how are different types of pronouns used in grammar? Now, you need to make sure that you keep these because you will be adding on to them as we go. As a quick reminder, please remember that you need to pause the video if I'm going too quickly so you can write down the information. Okay, hopefully you have all of this down, and we're going to go to the first one. Notice that once again my screen is split into two, just like your Cornell notes. I have questions on one side and notes on the other. So your first one is a subject pronoun. And a subject pronoun is a pronoun that functions as the subject of the sentence. For example, Joe saw Jill and he waved at her. We have replaced Joe with the subject pronoun he and Jill with the subject pronoun her. The next one is an objective pronoun. And an objective pronoun is a pronoun that functions as the object of a sentence. It receives the action. So, Joe gave me a treat. My action or my verb is gave, and who is receiving the action? That would be the pronoun me. Please make sure that you stop the video at this point so you can continue writing what I just discussed. Okay, next we have a possessive pronoun, and a possessive pronoun shows possession or ownership. So basically this pronoun is telling everybody else that you belong to me. For example, the red basket is mine. The possessive pronoun is mine. I'm letting you know that the red basket belongs to me. It's mine. It's my property. A possessive pronoun shows ownership, or it's your property. Once again, please make sure that you pause if you are having a hard time keeping up as I go. Remember, you can pause the video. I have covered a lot of information, so please feel free to pause at this time. Okay, last slide. So this is a pretty big slide, and yes, before you ask, you do have to write what is on the slide. All of it, okay? Notice that I don't have a question column. That's because all of this should go on your notes section. And I have given you the most common subjective, objective, and possessive pronouns. So subjective pronouns you have just like what we use: I, you, he, she, it, and it is always talking about a thing. We, they, who, whoever. An object pronoun, an objective pronoun which receives the action, would be me, you, him, her, it, us, them, whomever. Possessive, once again showing that it belongs to someone, would be my, yours, his, her, its, our, their, whose, and whose ever. Yes, you have to copy all of these. Yes, you need to keep them. It's a helpful list to help you. Now, Miss Molina, I get confused when to use I and me. Well, you better make sure that you have this bottom part in your notes because I is used before the verb. So you will always use the subject pronoun I before the verb. And then me is almost always used after the verb. So I before the verb, me after the verb. Once again, I before the verb, me after the verb. Okay? 90% of the time, that's how it works. All right? And this is the last slide. Please remember that you need to pause to copy all this information. Just because I'm going quickly does not mean that you need to write this quickly. That is why you have the pause button available to you. Okay, that is the last slide of notes that I need you to copy. I do want to let you guys know that I will not be back tomorrow either. And I apologize about that. I want to make sure I'm healthy and good for you, so we can get moving on. And second, the short stories unit that we covered that had all those short stories, you need to have those stories done by Friday at 11:59 p.m. Otherwise, in Power School, I'm going to go in and put those as a 0. Now, you do have the option to go back and redo any of those assignments where you scored a 60 or below. The K research project, several of you have not turned that in. I will be putting zeros in for that as well this week. Several of you did not follow instructions correctly. You need to pick 2 topics, not just one, but 2 topics, and answer all the questions that are on that topic. Not just pick one question from each one, okay? With that being said, I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. I miss you dearly, and if you have any questions, you may shoot me an email. Please stay safe. Make sure you're sanitizing, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.